Hello everyone, I'm Nini FC and this is Blue Lines TV, and today I'm bringing you guys another transfer news video. Now I'm going to be talking about three stories today. I'm going to be talking about Icardi links, I'm going to be talking about Marcos Alonso links with Paris Saint-Germain, and to end off this video I will be talking about Goalkeeper from RB Leipzig. But getting straight into the first video, and that's about Mauro Icardi. Now this report comes from AS from Italy, and they're reporting that Chelsea have made a €63 million bid for Icardi. That's roughly around £55 million. They're reporting that one of the main reasons as to why we're making an early bid is two things. One, we're not necessarily happy with Morata, and number two is that we're looking to beat competition from Real Madrid for Icardi's signature. Icardi's form has been picking up a lot more. In his last game he scored 4 goals against Sampdoria. Is this story too good to be true? Is there any truth to this story? Now, it is slightly conflicting because Icardi himself, literally right after the Sampdoria game, stated that he would like to stay at Inter Milan until he's 30. Well, actually said he hoped he would. And of course, when you say you hope, of course, preferably you'd like to, but then there could be factors that could obviously persuade you to leave. But it's well known that he does have love for Inter Milan. Now, the second point to make is obviously who is Icardi's agent, and that is his wife, Wanda Nara. A lot of you guys know the backstory behind how these two actually met. I'm not going to get into it into this video, I'm sure you can find it online for yourself. But with Wanda Nara, she is his new agent. And to me, this is where the story is starting to make a lot more sense now. It's been documented that Icardi would like a new deal where he does want to earn more. And to me, it makes sense that Wanda is probably looking to obviously try and force Inter Milan to obviously start taking the agency to get these contract negotiations going. There's reports that they might look to obviously reduce the buyout fee for Icardi. I think that's rumored to be around 88 million to 96 million pounds. But it's typical that Wanda will look to obviously garner some interest for Icardi to try and put the pressure on Inter Milan. So if you're stating that Chelsea are looking to make an opening bid, if you're saying that Real Madrid are making opening bids as well, of course you are forcing Inter Milan's hands. So you guys, that's the reality in terms of how I see this story playing out. But time to get into the hypothetical. Would this signing make any sense? Well, we did just buy Morata last season. He is our record signing, and we just signed Giroud just a few months ago. So to me, it does seem a bit unlikely that we would spend more money than it costs to bring a Morata to the club just to relegate Morata to the number 2 striker. That makes no sense in my opinion. But Nini, couldn't these two possibly play together? Possibly, maybe Morata would be told to drop a bit deeper or stretch the channels a bit more. But when it comes to Icardi, the guy doesn't start the press. His link-up play isn't amazing as well when it comes to dropping deeper to link up to the midfield. So this is where it makes no sense in my opinion. Because remember, he is a poacher. He's made his career and he's best at just obviously exploiting the spaces in behind, obviously finishing opportunities inside the box as well, and being the focal point for a team. But let's continue down this hypothetical path. Let's say that Chelsea were interested in bringing in Icardi to the club. A few things would have to happen to make his signature a success. One, we would need to adopt a completely new style. We would have to become a much more possession-orientated team because Icardi isn't going to press, he isn't going to link up with the play. He's literally going to be there to finish opportunities. And I see it like this: when Aubameyang was available in the summer, there's a reason why we never went in for him, because he doesn't suit the playstyle. So we would need to adopt a new playstyle. And another thing is, we'd probably have to sell Morata as well to really justify signing Icardi. Now, there could be an hypothetical where maybe we do bring in a manager, maybe a Jardim. Maybe we'd be looking to Icardi Morata to be that front two up front. Possibly, that could work. But here's how I see it. We already possess a striker that is a poacher and plays very similar to how Icardi does. His name's called Michy Batshuayi. Already he's got 8 goals and 11 appearances for Dortmund. So if we were going to adopt that style, it wouldn't make sense that we'd spend more than 80 million to bring in Icardi when we could just adopt and use Michy Batshuayi, because again, he costs us nothing, he's used to the club, and he'd be playing in his natural position. So, sorry to burst people's bubbles, but I'm just thinking that Icardi's agent, Wanda Nara, his wife, is just looking to put pressure on Inter Milan to obviously get Icardi a new deal. Now, moving on to the second story, and that's about Marcos Alonso and potential interest from Paris Saint-Germain. Now, Marca are reporting that Paris Saint-Germain have made a super bid to try and bring in Marcos Alonso. Now we do know with Paris Saint-Germain that the left back area is a weakness for them. They're not particularly happy with Kazawa. They would like a better replacement for him, and allegedly they are looking at Marcos Alonso and they are testing the waters to see whether he'd be interested in joining them. Marcel also report as well that 2 other clubs in the Premier League close to us in our position in the league are interested at looking at Marcos Alonso. I think of Man United, and I probably think of Liverpool as realistic clubs that would probably try to look at Marcos Alonso. Now we do know that Marcos Alonso has just received his first call up from Spain, so already that's going to increase his value and his worth. But you guys, sorry to burst bubbles again, but it seems like Marcos Alonso is potentially using obviously these reports and rumours to his advantage to try and get a much more favourable contract at Chelsea. Now, when they're talking about Paris Saint-Germain looking at Marcos Alonso, I'm thinking, why would they do that when they know that Alexandro is going to be available in the summer again? For me, it seems more realistic that Sandro will join Paris Saint-Germain in the summer to link up alongside Neymar. Now, hypothetically, if a club did come in with a massive bid for Marcos Alonso, I'd happily accept it. Now, he gets a lot of praise for the goals he scores, but the reason why he scores so many goals is because Conte instructs him to get inside the box, obviously because we don't have much of a physical aerial threat inside the box, and also because he's able to make those late man runs. Of course, naturally, playing closer to the goal will mean you will score more, but when it comes to his play outside the box, I've always felt, obviously with Eden Hazard playing in the half space and attracting the attention on the left hand side, this gives Marcos Alonso a lot of space to operate in, and I don't really think he does enough in attacking positions, especially because he has much more space compared to a Victor Moses. But yeah, you guys, don't get your hopes up with Marcos Alonso leaving the club. But to end this story, reports are linking us with RB Leipzig's goalkeeper Gulaski, and they're also reporting that Atletico Madrid and Arsenal are also monitoring Gulaski from RB Leipzig. Now, allegedly, his reputation is supposed to be high in the Bundesliga. He has become a key player, and with Gulaski, he was actually with Liverpool, so he does qualify for homegrown status. And he only left Liverpool in 2013. From then on, he joined RB Salzburg in Austria, and then RB Leipzig signed him from RB Salzburg. Now, the reason why we're potentially looking at Gulaski is because the club are thinking, well, if Courtois does leave, we need some contingency plans in terms of who's going to be his replacement. But now it's time to give my thoughts and opinions on this story. And again, I think it's another non-issue. I mean, already Courtois has come out himself to state that he will be signing a new contract in the summer, and he is going to be staying here next season. So already that should tell you, really don't pay any attention to any goalkeeping rumours that we're linked with. It's another non-story because we know that with Courtois there was big interest from Real Madrid, but it seems like Real Madrid have turned their attention to Alisson from Roma, who has been one of the best goalkeepers in the world this year, and of course he'd be much cheaper compared to Courtois. And just to end my thoughts and opinions, I feel that Gulaski isn't anywhere close to being the type of calibre of goalkeeper that we should have if Courtois ever did leave. I give him my thoughts and opinions as one guy in particular I think would be an amazing keeper, especially for the future. That is Lafont from Toulon, and I feel this type of player makes way more sense looking into than a Gulaski. But again, with these reports, don't necessarily think that they're just made up from nothing because, you know, newspapers or publications or whatever are trying to get clicks. The reality is Courtois hasn't signed a new contract just yet, so it's normal for a club of Chelsea's calibre and standards, and just for football clubs in general, to have contingency plans in case anything happened, because you need to prepare yourself for a worst case scenario. Now, I'm not saying Gulaski's high on the priority list, but it's natural that we are going to be looking at goalkeepers across Europe to really see who would fit. So I don't think the reports where Chelsea have looked into Gulaski are false, but I don't feel that he's a player that will ever be signed for us. And also, he wouldn't be signed as a second choice goalkeeper because Caballero, it's been reported that he will be here for next season. But anyway, you guys, that's going to end today's transfer news video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment and subscribe. Hit the bell notification button if you haven't already. And tonight at 10 PM UK time, it will be the Q&A live stream. So if you guys have any questions you want answered, you guys know what the deal is. I'll see you guys later at 10 PM. Anyway, I'm Nini FC. This is Blue Lines TV. Signing out.